Hey, this is Morgan Fleur-de-Lis. This is part 3 of our series on Learn How to Learn. Now, if you snuck into this video, awesome, but go back and watch lessons 1 and 2. It'll really bring all of this together on why we're actually focusing on Learn How to Learn. All right, so let's move forward, guys. All right, so far you've been with me about word and phrase associations. You've seen how we've been working through article marketing and stuff like that, that particular type of search. But maybe you're looking for different places in which to market your business, right? And you heard about forums. You're like, I don't know about these forums. What are forums? And so you might be waiting for some guru to tell you the answers or whatever, right? Well, what are forums? You could type in the word forums and you'll probably get a Wikipedia entry that will explain what forums are and when they started and how they're prevalent and what types of things. But oh man, this is some fantastic stuff right here. As you learn what a forum is, it'll be explained to you. You can start word association with that. So what's a forum? It's an online community, right? What is that? It's a group of people, right? Right? So it's a community, it's a group, right? And as you get into it, you'll learn different expressions, different jargon within that industry, right? It could be what's known, and as you went through the Wikipedia definition, it's a bulletin board, right? Online bulletin board. I'm sure I misspelled it, laugh at me later. It's a bulletin board, right? So now, online bulletin board specifically, right? I'll just write the word online. You can start using these words to find your target people. So let's say you wanted to connect with people who love traveling, right? So travel forums, travel community, travel group, travel bulletin board, travel online, these types of expressions. And you can start finding more and more and more communities that maybe a lot of your competition haven't done that particular research. And you can become a big fish in a whole new pond. And that's why learning how to learn is so critical. Rather than wait for some guru to say, hey, this is the spots to market your business, and next thing you know, everybody only thinks that Facebook is the only place to be. And Facebook's just not the internet. It's a very popular site, number 2 in the world, and it's always jockeying for the number 1 position, depending on what Google's doing these days. But you can become the big fish in a much bigger pond or a different pond or small pond, whatever the analogy you want to use, by learning how to learn. And what's other expressions for travel, So you start using different types of things like, adventure forums, right? Most people are going on some type of adventure, whether it's a hiking adventure or scuba diving or, they like, whatever, mountain climbing, skydiving, whatever. They're probably traveling, right? So it's all about this word and phrase associations. We keep coming back to it, right? But this, I just want to drill hard because here's what I've seen. From all the people that have been in my teams, people I've trained in groups locally, I've held classes on social media and internet marketing before, and the biggest roadblock, guys, is this ability to learn. And we get these negative thoughts stuck in our heads that, oh, this is complicated, or I don't know how to do it. And reality is that's actually truthful from your conscious perspective. Subconsciously, it's actually not true. You've got yourself to believe it somehow. What happens is, because of school, this is the situation you're faced in. You haven't learned how to learn. So I implore you to pick up this, and this is a very important thing about learning how to learn, all right? This is going to be the main point of this video, all right? Because I've been thinking about this hard because I want to see you succeed. I want to see your team succeed. I want to see your business get to the next level. And if your team is stuck, if your customers are stuck, if you are stuck, then we got to get you unstuck. And we have to do it not by trying to teach every last single thing under the sun, right? Because a lot of times you'll see these trainings, and a lot of people are like, I don't need the why training. I don't need the mindset training. They've got their arms folded. They're all upset, right? They're like, I know what I want, right? And that's awesome. It is. But learning how to learn is transformational. So here is what I want to share with you. Let me grab a different marker here. Here's how I learned how to learn. This is exactly what I did. All right? And this is powerful yet simple, right? And that's the beauty of this thing. You know, Albert Einstein talked about how, like any idiot, can make something more complicated, but it takes a particular genius to simplify things and make it better, right? So that's the goal here, is that collectively we can become geniuses, right? So what do you need to do? This has to become a hobby. You know, you have to decide that the discovery of new knowledge, of learning how to learn, has to become a hobby of yours, right? It's not something you grind out. It's not something that's difficult you have to work through, and this is challenging and I can't find the answers, and then you get frustrated. You have to open your mind and your heart to discovering how to learn and make it a hobby, make it fun. So initially you might have to do it in things that have nothing to do with your business, right? Just make it a hobby. Decide to watch a little less TV. Decide whatever your main distractions are, let's take some time away from that and let's apply it to a new hobby and let this become a hobby of yours. You know, some folks believe that you need to do this, and I'm not one to argue. Some people think you have to become obsessed, right? I don't know if I spelled that right either, right? Obsessed is something that lazy people call people who are actually committed. And I'm sure I misspelled committed, all right? So some people think you got to be obsessed, you got to be committed, right? And this is just two different perceptions of the same thing. I would suggest that you treat it like a hobby. Make it fun, make it enjoyable, right? Commit yourself to the discovery of learning how to learn, all right? So that's the video for today. We're going to wrap this up in our next video, and I encourage you to watch it because we're going to put all this together and we're going to show you how your team can accelerate it even faster. If you're looking for duplication, if you're looking for that residual income coming into your household, then you got to put all these dots together. We've already discussed word associations, using the powerful tools of major search engines and how to put them to their best use to find information, and that you should treat it like a hobby. And in the next video, we're going to put it all together, and we're actually going to give you the key element that's going to take it to the next level. My name is Morgan Fleur-de-Lis, the champion of freedom. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.